Or voice, so I didn't go back. I'm promoting today. I am the chief flock tender of the Flying Flamingo Refuge out in Chino Valley, where we rehome and offer exclusive retirement resort for sun-bleached pink flamingos and other unwanted yard art. We have 24/7 security with a very cute beagle and ceramic fairy princesses, and a gnome with an AK-47 that says, "Come meet my little friend." But tonight I'm promoting my refuge on YouTube. I have a channel on YouTube called Flying Flamingo Refuge, and if somebody will step forward and hand my cards out, I am soliciting subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And also, if you missed my monologues for March, April, and May, they are out there because they are a hoot march. I talked about my breast reduction surgery, and in May I talked about losing 5 pounds of breast tissue after 55 years and what fun it was. And tonight I'm promoting my Flying Flamingo Refuge, so please go to my YouTube channel. And what my mission is now, I figured out, besides having pink hair and being kind of eccentric and certified crazy by the VA, is if more people would find a venue like this, or if more places would offer an open mic where people could go and vent. I have a shaking disorder. I can't write in a journal anymore. And so a year ago, a friend of mine challenged me to come here. And a year ago, I talked about going to a nudist camp for my 49th birthday. And from then on, I talked about being in the command post in Saudi Arabia in 1988 when we were reflagging Kuwaiti tankers and the problems I had there. So it's a very good venue. I do keep a loaded .38 Lady Smith & Wesson next to my bed. And I never lock my doors. You want to come in? Fine. Here, there's the TV, there's this, but don't take my pink flamingo. But anyway, if more people would find a venue like this, then maybe they would be able to take out their anger at a microphone with a bunch of people and you just pretend you're naked anyway to relieve your butterflies that are running around in your stomach. And we might be able to go to the mall on a Saturday and make it home for dinner. Okay, so a lot of people are like, well, I don't want to, especially men, I don't want to see a therapist, I don't want to talk to a stranger. Well, if anybody doesn't know what it's like, come up here on the stage, stand next to me, and see how harmless you guys are. You know, you're not gonna hurt me, but I can vent. And so that's my promotion, is to go. It's a free channel on YouTube, Flying Flamingo Refuge. And if you go to my name, Kellogg Patton, on Facebook, you can read all about how much too much education I have. And I retired from the Air Force with 23 years. And I just filed a PTSD military sexual trauma claim. And I should, I'm glad that 38 was in my bedroom. Let's just put it that way. So anyway, that's the end of my promo, and the MC is filming me over there. So I'm going to take a deep breath and go into my monologue. And you notice I'm wearing my tuxedo shirt, and this month I can wear it because I don't have double B's hanging out of it. And now I have B cups. I haven't had a B cup since I was 16, so it's kind of like this giant bungee cord came up when they took the 5 pounds off my chest, and my shoulders can now stand up, not wobbling.
Woo!
Yeah! Yeah, I actually, instead of failing the pencil test, you don't even have to give me a pencil test. Okay? And in '72, when I was football coach of Lambda Chi Alpha fraternity at San Diego State, 1970 something, I failed I was the wet t-shirt contest winner. So it's wonderful 30 years later to pass the pencil test. And guys, if you don't know what a pencil test is, Don't worry about it. Because we know what 6 inches is. Okay. We are celebrating. Anybody have a birthday today? Anybody have a birthday? I have a booby prize for the birthday person. It's a skull Mandela, one of those adult coloring books things, and it's 50 gel pens, and it's glow-in-the-dark stars.
My friend's birthday was yesterday, but they're not here.
Does she want to? Well, I'll give it away next month. Okay, tonight we're celebrating my birthday, my second birthday, aside from when I was born. June 20th, 11 years ago, I got serious about AA, and today is my 11-year birthday. Sobriety.
Woo!
So all of you, raise a glass to my birthday, all right? And do a, God grant me the serenity to accept things that cannot change. I was a drunk. I was addicted. Once you peel back that proverbial onion, forget the VO and 7 and hustling pool at the NCO club at Hill Air Force Base in 1972 or 76, where the more VO and 7s I had, the better I got at pool. So forget all that. And the Kahlua and cream that I ended up loving by the bottle full was healthy because I was using it with soy milk. Okay, but I was an alcoholic. But what I did was I traded alcohol for food. I was a foodaholic. And let me tell you, the last 11 years, I almost relapsed 3 days ago because Talenti Gelato, my favorite is their double dark chocolate, double Belgian chocolate.
Oh, God.
Talenti Gelato was calling me from Safeway in Chino Valley, going, hello, we're 5, you buy 5 of us, you save $5. And the addict is going, yeah. And the car keys are jingling on the hook by the door going, Safeway, Talenti Gelato. And I looked down at my body, 5 pounds lighter. With losing my boobs, I also lost 5 pounds. So in the last 7 years, I've lost 135 pounds.
Woo!
And the diet food from the cabinet was going, wouldn't you like a chocolate coconut bar that tastes like an Almond Joy that you used to be addicted to? Only it's better for you. And the addict is like, no, she doesn't. And the Kellogg that has come through the ashes from all of my makeover says, yes, she does. And she's going to cut it into 6 little pieces, this big, and eat them, and not take another bite. God, this is hard. This is really hard. Not take another bite till all the little coconut pieces are taken out of all the teeth, and your mouth is clear of coconut. That'll take about 20 minutes. So you multiply that by 6, you have a chocolate bar that's this big that can last you 2 hours. But the addict says, that's no fun, Kellogg. So you fight this. People can go to rehab, it's mostly detox, and the 12-step program, I started out with AA, but a lot of AA groups here, if you're addicted to other things, don't like you. So I was in the AAA, All Addictions Anonymous, at the domiciliary at the VA, Prescott VA campus. And it took me 4 years to get through step 4. I think step 4 is the hardest because you have to go back in your life and either face or write to or talk to people that you've either hurt or whatever. But my problem with AA was finding a higher power. God had been in my, been the gut feeling, don't do this, don't get married, Kellogg. And I was in the audience going, don't do it, don't say, don't do it. And I'm like, Mom, I'm getting married. And now, 36 years later, I'm going, I'm not saying I should have listened, because if I listened to that voice in the gut that said, don't do this, I wouldn't be here sharing my stories with you. So I believe everything happens for a reason. But I gave up alcohol for the joy of food. And I wasn't just a foodaholic. It wasn't, I found out a couple of weeks ago, it wasn't the food, it was the act of eating. I can sit with 5 pints of gelato in my freezer, and they don't speak to me, but as soon as I open it, it's gone. All the way down to the bottom. And what you do as a recovering addict after 11 years is you say, okay, you buy it, you leave it in the freezer, and Kellogg, you know that as soon as you open that Southern butter pecan, it's going to be gone. So it stayed in Safeway and not in my freezer. But in 1994, I was a master swim coach specializing in the 200 backstroke, and I was training for the 4th World Championship Pan-Pacific Games in Tokyo, Japan. And at that time, I could go to, well, it was anyway, I could go to the grocery store, I got that big bag of Lay's potato chips and eat my way all the way through. And when you're an addict, especially a food addict, the first 3 bites are the only bites you have to take. The first bite says, yes, it's a Lay's potato chip. And you mush it around and you go, oh God, this tastes so good. And then the second bite says, yes, it's a Lay's potato chip, and you love Lay's potato chips. Okay? We're fine. The third bite says, we want to eat the whole friggin' bag, Kellogg. Don't put clip on the top of it. So you eat the whole thing, and then when you're done, you feel guilty because you add up all the grams of fat. There's 9,000 grams of fat. So then you justify, well, I ate a whole bag of Lay's potato chips, I have to go swim 5,000 yards. No, then you swim 5,000 yards and you justify, or well, I swam that for my 50th birthday. You swim 200 backstroke, and then with that philosophy, with the addictions taking over, they say, well, now that you burned all those carbohydrates, you have to go eat to replenish. So let's go eat again. And you do that over and over again, and then in 11 years of recovery in my almost relapse, it's the act of eating. The right arm, I'm left-handed, the right arm feeds me, the left hand drives down here and up here. The left hand works the remote control, the right arm doesn't know how to work the remote control or drive. The right arm knows how to reach for the food and bring it to the mouth. The left arm has a shaking disorder, so you never know if the ice cream is going to make it to the mouth or slop on your shirt. So the right hand has learned how to feed me ice cream and gelato. So recovery and going forward is minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change. I cannot change the fact that I made decisions early on in my life that led me astray, but brought me back, and grant me the courage to accept the things. What is it? What's it? And to do something with the challenge to accept the things I can change. Okay, yeah, I got it. I'm not even stoned anymore. You know? I haven't had any medical marijuana in 2 weeks.
But
I'm allergic to THC. I know, boo. Yeah. But a friend of mine that I honored, Billy Bob, I honored him in November because he led me through AA at the VA to my higher power, who was Buzz Lightyear. I could identify with Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond! Yes, that's my God. So instead of going to church and all this, Buzz Lightyear and I have this wonderful relationship, and I listen to his voice, and I listen to that gut feeling. And as soon as I started listening, thanks to Billy Bob, my life changed. I've been up here July, which they're not having open mic. I have to wait till August to tell you about going to a nudist camp for my 49th birthday. It brought me up here to express this. So, and the wisdom, what's the last one? And the wisdom to know the difference. Okay, you know you're an addict and you know you're recovering when you get to the final line, and the wisdom to know the difference, and your little brain that has too much education, too many brain cells, says, finally. So in 11 years, I'm not saying finally, the wisdom to know the difference, period. Not finally. When you say finally, you're chastising yourself for all the decisions that you made in the past. And if you go to my YouTube channel, you see March's, my monologue in March, and the theme there was look forward with hope, not back with regret. And that is so true in recovering from addiction. And let me tell you, it's tough, and it's tough day by day. But yesterday, sitting at the beauty school, getting my hair bleached to match my socks, and if I had underwear, it probably matched too. You have to hold the camera still.
I'm trying.
At the beauty school, I was sitting there going, okay, it's lunchtime. What can I eat? Can I go to Zeke's? No, Zeke's is closed for remodeling. No biscuits and gravy there. The local, not in the mood. I love the local. Golden Corral, I don't like ptomaine poisoning. And the only thing I eat at Golden Corral is their fried chicken, their baked chicken, their Brussels sprouts, and their cabbage. And the peanut butter ice cream that used to call me from the dessert area is not in my repertoire anymore. It's like, no, I want my coconut bar.
Cleanup time?
Cleanup time, okay. So
I meant quilts. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I've done the promo. The Flying Flamingo Refuge you can catch March, April, and May. I'll tell you, April is so much fun, especially when I explain what it feels like to balance my double V's on the kitchen counter and relax my knees, to know what it's going to feel like without them there. And I watched it 10 times. I'm like, oh my God, I can't believe you went down and it's out on the internet. Yes, good. More people should be up here doing this. One side note, Sean. About 10 years ago, I went to the VA, mental health, on an emergency, and I said, I need some help now. And they said, are you suicidal? And I said, no, I value life. I'm homicidal. They gave me a piece of paper. And I had a loaded 38 in the car. They gave me a piece of paper, said, fill this out. And I said, do I wait? No, we'll get back with you. 10 days later, they got back with me and said, oh, I see here that you're homicidal. Well, yes, I was 10 days ago. Hello? Not that I would do anything. My main thing with men is I want to castrate them with a rusty knife. You know, and there are a few other things that I can't say. But I've actually found a reason for men to kind of keep around. They look good from the back if they've got a nice ass. And I haven't figured out anything else. So when I do, I'll let you know. So yeah, okay. So it's 7th inning stretch time. It's time to give away quilts around the chairs here. There's one of my business cards taped to the side. There's one over here. There's one, I think back there. I think Shani put one at the bar.
There's one at the bar.
There's one at the bar. If you look down, there should be one of my cards taped to the side of the chair. Bring it up. All right, don't everybody run at once. You know, all my friends have my quilts. I don't have any more friends, so I have to bring them in and give them away. I could take them to the VA hospice, but I gave them 5 the other day. All right, we have 1. There we go.
Woo!
We have 2. There should be 2 more. Where were you sitting? Right there? Okay, there's somebody at the bar. Somebody at the bar. Somebody jiggle somebody's chair over there.
Anthony, check your chair.
Hey, you at the bar. Anthony, look on your chairs. They're one of my cards taped to the side of your chair. One of these cards taped to the side of a chair. 1, 2, 3. There's one over
Free
here
quilt.
too. Come on, you get a free quilt. Get your ass up here. Oh, excuse me, in the military, it's front and center. Or when I lived in Georgia, I was the only one that knew Spanish, and my boss said, how do you say something in Spanish? And I said, ven acá por favor. And he said, what's that mean? I said, get your ass over here now. Of course, in Georgia, they didn't care. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, good. Now, nobody wants my booby prize. 5. I'll see you in August. Are you drunk? Okay. I don't remember. Sweetheart, I don't even know my grandson's name. Okay. I have planes, trains, and meerkats.
Yes, you do.
I have pin-up babes and rodeo. Oh, we have a guy. Pin-up, do you have a car? You might like pin-up babes and rodeo. Okay. You want the planes, trains, and meerkats? Okay. Yeah, this is, can you get it, Sean? Yeah. Pin-up babes and rodeo. Okay, yeah, it's not, it's not solicitation. These are to keep you warm. Okay? And I usually sell them, but I ran out of people to buy, so I give them away. But anyway, there's your babes. You wanted what? The meerkats? Let me read you the other. This one is Monsters and Me. This is one of my favorites. This is Bats and Bamboo. So we have Monsters and Me, Planes, Trains, and Meerkats. Which one do you want? Bats and Bamboo. Bats and Bamboo. Is that what we're doing? Let me check it out. I think there's bamboo on here. I don't know. Are there bats and bamboo on that?
I see bats.
You see bats? Do you see
I see
bamboo?
bamboo. Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, okay. Bats and bamboo. There you go. Okay, ladies. All right.
Woo!
Now, Monsters and Me, or where is it? Planes, Trains, and Meerkats. Who likes trains? You like trains? Planes, trains, and which one? You're okay. Planes, Trains, and Meerkats. Okay. The meerkats. The meerkats are right there somewhere. So, see? And there's a train right in the middle running over the meerkats, right? Yeah. Okay? Yeah. Okay. These are my whimsical quilts, and you can tell what mood I'm in by where they are, but people have had my quilts for 5 years, and they see me in the store and they go, you know, I didn't know you put yada 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 in my quilt. I've had it for so long. The Arizona Children's Association that has their fundraiser here gets my quilts every year for their silent auction. But what Daniel said they do is they give my quilts to the children that they pull from the abusive homes. And they work with the quilts in their therapy sessions. And then the kids are so thrilled when at the end of their therapy for the situation they were in, they get to keep the quilt. And it just brought me to tears. You know, I mean, I cashed in a whole life insurance policy, got $3,000 off of Allstate for my whole life insurance, and I was supposed to pay down credit cards. I bought fabric. So then it took me 4 years at 8% to pay the loan back. But I made a lot of people happy. So there's your, but yeah, you got fighter planes, you got World War II planes. Woo! Yeah, I'll do that. Okay, and you get the last one. What was it?
Monsters and Me.
Monsters and
It's
Me.
also classic car. So you get a classic car. See? And what else is in there? I can't see it.
We got the glow-in-the-dark bats, too. I mean,
Watch out.
it's my favorite print.
And then you have a colorful, I don't want to throw it away and make a dog bed out of it, so I sewed it together and you get a multicolored thing. Yeah, this has raccoons and Monsters and Me, donuts, a classic car. Of course, everybody gets a pink flamingo. And you have sheep and love, oh, and a dragon and watermelon. Okay? It's to keep you warm, not to eat. Okay? And nobody wants my booby prize, huh? I'll just take it home.
Next birthday.
I have 53 gel pens. Anybody want? Okay. And there's a coloring book in there, and there's some glow-in-the-dark stars. See? Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to 11 years. And more Buzz Lightyear and no gelato. Woo! Goodbye, gelato. Thank you very much.